Recording live from Glory Hole Studios in Chicago and beyond. This is Cognitive Dissonance. Every episode we blast anyone who gets in our way. We bring critical thinking, skepticism, and irreverence to any topic that makes the news, makes it big, or makes us mad. It's skeptical, it's political, and there is no welcome mat. Today is Thursday, August the 14th. When you're hearing this, but the day we're recording it is the 7th. It's funny shit. It doesn't matter.
It's funny show
We
day.
can all relax a little bit, kick back, watch the world unravel around us.
Tom, it's nice to just relax for a minute and think about something that's not this administration.
The worst.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
So let's talk about the story from SF Gate, San Francisco Gate. San Francisco police seize the unlikely drug of choice of Grateful Dead fans. So I love any article that uses this phrase. Vendors selling nitrous oxide or ice cold fatties were ubiquitous outside Grateful Dead concerts.
Ice cold
fatties.
Ice cold fatties. So years ago, I was at I've been to a Grateful Dead parking lot one time.
I think I know this.
I went there one time to buy acid. So we were going to buy acid and we were walking around and there are people there who just shout what they have. So one guy was looking for a very specific strain of pot or marijuana called Nugs.
Okay.
And he was looking for it. So he was with us and he was screaming, looking for Nugs, looking for Nugs. And people, like, there'd be able to be like, I got some Nugs. And then they'd like go over there and then they'd like have a deal. And we're like, trips. And there was a guy who's like, hey, I got some white blotter. We're like, sure. And then he walks up and he has a fucking Sucrets box. He opens it up and it's fucking full of liquid and paper and he just pulls it out and he hands it to us. And then we tore it with our fingers and ate it. It's crazy,
fucking
dude.
Amazing.
But like throughout the whole place, there's just a ton of people.
Like a drug flea market.
Like a drug flea market. There was a ton of people there. We didn't go to the concert because I'm just not a huge Grateful Dead fan. Like I know a couple of their songs like Truckin' and Touch of Grey.
It's mostly because they're bad.
But I don't know anything. I don't whatever. It's like I'm not a good or bad. I don't know.
Yeah.
I literally don't know their catalog. Like I only know the songs that were on the radio.
Right.
And those ones I wasn't enamored by. So I'm like, well, if that's an example of their catalog, it's not for me. This is kind of country to me. So I'm just like, it's not for me. But at that thing, there's a million people there all just doing like tons of drugs. And here they're doing nitrous oxide, which is like Whippets and things like that. I was also at a party years ago in another acid story. I was up in Madison, Wisconsin. And I didn't go to school there, but I had a friend who went to school there. I went to go visit him. And I was out. I didn't actually, this is before I started college. So I was as old as like a senior in college at the time.
Okay.
But I wasn't in college yet. And I was there hanging out with him. He's like a senior. He has his own house with a whole bunch of other dudes there in it. And so we did some acid that night. And for some reason we decided to go to this party. We're all tripping fucking balls. And we decided to go to this party down the street. And it's Halloween weekend. And I walk in and immediately get paranoid because like everybody, it's like crazy. Like drugs just do some weird shit to you. So I'm kind of paranoid and I'm like trying to squeeze past some people just to go upstairs to kind of be in like a quiet place for a few. Hey, can I be in a quiet place for a few minutes? And so I just start to squeeze past this guy and he's got a balloon and he's not holding it like away from me. It's kind of by his chest and I'm starting to squeeze past him. Like, hey, watch the balloon. And it was full of nitrous oxide. And I'm like thinking, dude, just move your balloon away from me so I won't pop it. Like, what is wrong? Why would you hold it next to your body? Like,
weird.
But it's like a thing. Like, this is one of those drugs that never appealed to me either. Like
I've never tried it.
Because it like kind of just shuts you down for a few minutes. And I'm like, it's not for me. Like, that's not a drug that ever appealed to me. But like, I guess it's a real popular drug that people do.
Yeah, I've never even had it at the dentist's office. Like, I've never had nitrous.
I had it at the dentist's office and it really just dulls you. It's just like a dulling sort of.
Like knocks everything back.
Kind of just knocks everything down. And it's just sort of like I had it at the dentist one time.
I've tried so few drugs. And like, I will say this though, like I was talking to Haley about this the other day. So when I had my neck surgery, they gave me opiates, right? So I had some opiates before. And then after my surgery, they gave me OxyContin.
Yeah.
And like, I was nervous because it's OxyContin, and I'm like, oh man, like maybe I'll like this. I don't want to like it, you know?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell the difference.
Yeah.
I've never been able to feel on opiates what some people describe. When I've taken them for
I get sick. I get sick.
I don't feel anything. When I hurt my neck, I went to the ER. They gave me morphine. I had to ask them when it was supposed to kick in. And they're like, it should have kicked in. I'm like, I can't tell. some stuff just doesn't metabolize well so I've had very few drug experiences, and I've had even fewer that I felt like I felt any effect from. I had the same thing with cocaine. Like I tried cocaine a few times and I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah. It doesn't do anything for you.
This is not. Yeah. An Adderall is a little more pop.
I've never had anything like that before. And but like I have tried a ton of different things, and certain things are, I like vividly remember enjoying, like mushrooms. I vividly remember enjoying mushrooms. I also vividly remember enjoying acid a couple times. A couple times I didn't, a couple times I did.
Right.
I did like 2 in a row that were not great. And I was like, I'm not going to do that anymore.
Sure,
like, that's a really long time to not be having fun. And I'm just like, I'm going to pass on that. But, and I remember at a young age really enjoying like cannabis. I remember really enjoying it at a young age. I can't do it anymore because I get panic attacks now.
Right.
So like I tried it maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and I had a panic attack on it. I straight up panic attack, and I was just like, I'll never do that again. I'm like, why induce a panic attack on myself?
Fuck that.
Fuck you.
That's terrible.
I don't do that anymore. So it's like, but like I have vivid memories of like really enjoying cannabis. Like the sort of like watching a TV show with your friends and laughing. I remember vividly enjoying it. I can't do it anymore. I'm just like, I wonder if it's like, the world is too fucked now for me to enjoy drugs.
Yeah, I think, like there might be a point where you're just like, I got too much on my mind.
There's too much. Yeah, maybe it's true.
I got too much on my mind.
I don't know if this is the case, but maybe it's true that at a certain point in your life, you're just like, I'm going to smoke this, but then I'm going to be worried about my phone bill.
Yeah, man. Right. Yeah, right.
The whole time. I'll fucking hyper focus on my phone bill
the whole time. All right, this story comes from Huffington Post. Elon Musk amplifies bizarre claim that women are built to be traded.
Okay, so I just want to preface this by saying, like, even though if at some points he seems like he's fighting with the current administration, Elon Musk is a piece of fucking shit.
Yes.
So remember forever, never forget that Elon Musk is a piece of shit. And I want you to read out loud, Tom, the thing he said.
Okay.
This is what he said. He retweeted this.
So Elon Musk not only retweeted this, but also I want to read his reply to it. So this is what he retweeted. Somebody said, Dr. Insensitive, by the way, said, insightful. Women are built to be traded to another tribe or captured and slide seamlessly into their new culture. That keeps them safe, even though they are physically weak.
Jesus Christ.
20 years after they are captured, they are the matriarchs who enforce that culture. That is why women conform to the dominant culture and thereby amplify that culture. In my opinion, that is why Western women raised in anti-white culture are now amplifying anti-white culture, even though they are white. They think that keeps them safe, and they are correct, but only in the short term. In the long term, they will be forced to remember they are white. Better, they are reminded of that by white men, because the alternative is not so gentle. This manages to be, and then Elon Musk said, they've been programmed to do so by their teachers and the media.
Well, that's what this guy's responding to. So he's responding to Elon Musk's original tweet.
Oh, I misunderstood.
Yes, that's how Twitter works. So let me tell you how Twitter works.
Okay. I have not been on Twitter since 2016.
So the thing that they almost always respond to is underneath. So they're responding to the thing. It's basically, I'm responding to the thing below. Here it is. So what he originally said was this, and then this guy vomited out
this crazy shit. And then Musk retweeted it.
Yeah, Musk retweeted it, of course. Yeah.
So that manages to be hatefully misogynist and hatefully racist.
Yeah, it really does dip into both jugs pretty easily.
There's no controversy that's hatefully racist and misogynist.
I love that somehow these people have convinced themselves that America at some point was anti-white. That's the best thing to me. That is so funny.
They think it is right now.
You're like, dude, are you fucking high? Wait, point to the doll where it fucking hurts you or whatever. Because you're like, I want to see the time in history where America was anti-white. For a second.
For 1 minute.
For 1 minute, where was it anti-white? And they'll be like, Obama. And you'll be like, holy
shit,
are you
out of here.
crazy? Are you insane? Yeah,
they think that the world right now is anti-white.
Yeah.
They believe there is an increasing number of people who believe that white men are under attack.
Sure.
And it's like, well, I mean,
of course.
Like, no, heterodoxy is under attack because it's shit. And, white male hegemony is being actually propped up by all major systems of institutional power.
Exactly.
Like, what are you talking about?
Like point to the part where they have lost the tiniest sliver of power.
Yeah, no.
Show me it. Show me one place. Like, yeah, on occasion, does a woman win a Senate seat? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that's like part of the argument I think that they might make. Like a lot of this, I really do think, like I just say, like what I really think is that a lot of this stems from a tremendous amount of sexual and relational frustration that men have.
Yes.
I think that it boils down to that for the most part.
I think you're probably not wrong.
I really believe that what really happened is that for most of American history, women have been so economically and institutionally disenfranchised that the only way for women to stay safe and be economically safe was for them to find a man to take care of them. We built that system intentionally to make sure that women relied on men. When we broke that system, now all of a sudden women are like, well, what value do you add?
Yeah,
and there's a huge number of dudes who are like, none, and I'm mad about it.
And when you read that again and you think about how women have been treated in our culture, how well does it match what they're suggesting?
Right.
You know, it's like they're part of this culture. There's a lot of pick-me women out there who will stand and scream about traditional relationships, trad wife stuff, talk about taking away their own right to vote.
It's crazy.
You know what I mean? Like they will do this sort of thing.
Yeah.
I belong in the home. You shouldn't listen to me because I don't have an opinion. I shouldn't, et cetera, et cetera. Read this tweet again and think about it in that sense. And you're like, wow, he's pretty much just telling on us.
Yeah.
He's telling on it. He's telling on our system.
Right.
By blaming somebody else. He's projecting onto somebody else what was already happening in our system.
Yeah, I mean, this is really remember the good old days when women were chattel property.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
And you're like, those weren't good old days, man.
And Elon Musk is retweeting.
it. Elon Musk is the worst.
He's a piece of shit. He's a genuine piece of shit.
Yeah.
There's people who you're rooting for their demise in any
100%.
way that it happens. It can happen in many myriad of different ways. And that is a man who I'm rooting for his demise.
Yeah. There are some people where it's like, if they die of a heart attack, I'd be like, oh God, the world is better.
I'd be like, yeah, man.
The world is so much better.
High five.
Falls into a giant paper shredder. I'm like, yeah. Awesome. The world is better.
Stumble into the end of Terminator and get lowered into fucking molten lead.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah. The
best
world
thing
just
that
got
could have
better.
happened to everybody.
I giggled out loud when I read this. From Variety, Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver fighting in Marriage Story is being used by the USDA to scare off wolves and save cattle. They need to know humans are bad. What's great is that this is a story where there's wolves. And the way that we're solving the wolf problem now is we fly quadcopters around and we yell at the wolves.
Or we don't, but Adam Driver
and Scarlett Johansson yell at the wolves and scare the wolves around. Like, there's a technology confluence right now between nature and technology where we're just like, what's your job, man? Oh, I'm a drone pilot, actually. What do you do with the drone? Well, I fly around and I look for wolves. And then Adam Driver yells about his bad marriage at them. And that's how we keep the cows safe.
The cows are safe. Yeah. Can you imagine the wolf, like with its fucking clicker, is just like, I've seen this one before. I just want to, can we watch something else? Like, I want to watch another thing.
I know it's a good movie, but I'm just never in the mood for it. You know, it's heavy and I'm just never in the mood for it.
I will never see this movie or any movie in this type of genre. Anybody who's like, hey, I got a real sad story. I'm like, that's cool. I'll be over here.
Yeah, man.
I don't need your sad story, man. The world is sad enough. I don't need to experience through empathy the saddest moment in your life. I've already got a collection of my own.
Dude, for real. I feel like there's a series of movies that I'm like, that's a great movie. I hope I never see it again.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not like chomping at the bell. Oh, it's Thursday. Time to rewatch Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah.
Said nobody.
I've never seen that movie.
Yeah.
People have said it's the saddest thing ever. I'm like, that sounds great for you. That sounds amazing that you had that time. I am super not interested in it.
Watch it. Right.
100,000,000% not interested in it.
I have to be in like such a unique mood to watch something that heavy.
Yeah.
And I just like the last 10 years, I'm just like, nah,
I'm good.
all right.
I'm all right.
I don't need it. Hey, you want to watch that sad thing? I'm like, no, I can
I'd
wake
rather
up.
watch Teletubbies.
Yeah. I could just wake up and look around.
Weird.
Yeah. His story's from KY Jelly. No, KY3. Recall issued after some Celsius energy drinks were inadvertently filled with high noon vodka seltzer.
Evidently, they didn't go out as Celsius drinks. They went out in the high noon category, like in the high noon cases.
Right.
But their inside was the wrong label.
Right.
And so like if you bought an 8-pack of this stuff and brought it home, you'd be like, this is a Celsius energy drink. But no, it was a high noon.
It's a high noon.
Yeah. And after 3 high noons, you wake up at 2:30. So yeah, it's not a thing. Like, it's always crazy to me. Like, do you think you know 100% the dude who did this got fired, right? Like, you know the guy who's like, well, I forgot to turn the machine like labeling system around. I'm looking for a job this morning.
Yeah, man. I know you guys are using the same aluminum can, like this shape and everything. But this seems like a problem that is easy to not have.
Maybe you do it and then you're like, fuck, I did it because I caught it.
Right.
But like, shouldn't there be some systems in place?
There's just some guy who has to randomly drink a high noon or a Celsius. Yeah. So he's fucking on uppers and downers all day. He's fucking Valley of the Dollsing himself for a living. Oh yeah, it was a high noon. I'm so tired. I'm sleepy now.
Celsius.
Quality control.
Just doing one shot after another. Vacillating, just swinging like a hammock back and forth.
It's like me on too much caffeine. His fucking blood pressure's up. He can't see properly anymore.
I can't see. Does this say high noon?
Dude, I don't even know. This is from the AP. Scientists in South Africa are making rhino horns radioactive to fight poaching.
Now, they're making them radioactive in the way that they're inserting a certain isotope in them that doesn't hurt the animal, supposedly.
Rhizotope.
They call it a rhizotope, which is amazing in the article. But they insert it into the rhino horn, and then if it's in like a container, this certain detector will go off. So like one of those big-ass containers,
yeah.
If I guess you're fucking prison pocketing a fucking rhino horn or whatever, they have a detector that can tell that. So
I read that and I was like, okay, but at that point, the horn's already off the rhino.
Yeah. You're just going to catch the person.
You're catching the guy. And I guess if you catch enough guys, maybe you reduce the amount of guys who want to do this.
Yeah.
I do remember that for a while, they were just getting rid of the horns.
They were just cutting them off themselves, I thought. Yeah.
Because the way that the poachers do it is they kill the animal.
Yeah.
So there were people who were managing the population by being like, we already took we didn't kill, we tranquilized him, we cut off the fucking horn. He's a rhino, he'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
You know, the horn is just.
He does have a big face that he can run his things into.
He's fine. Have you ever seen the video, Cecil, of the rhino tossing a car around?
I've seen that. And I've also seen one where they're like going after like hippos and like other animals too. Like they're sort of going after each other. This is crazy shit. These are strong ass animals. And their neck.
Crazy
strong. Their neck. Like you, like a doctor would have to get like the crowbar to pull it out if they had vertebrae stuff. They'd have to be like, it's like when you jack your car up and you need that big long thing in order to get in there. You need one of those big pry bar things to get in there. But like they're big fucking strong.
They're
like
crazy strong.
They got a big necular region.
That's a fucking enormous
Their necular region
animal.
is like it's literally their torso.
You can't even, it's just like, neck and head.
Yeah, you're just like,
all the same pieces.
You look exactly like a lineman. Like you look like you're like, yeah, no, that's what a lineman looks like. You can't really discern between most of the spine.
It's just like a muscle blob with legs.
And these things are like what's crazy to me is they show this person, this is clearly one that's out, and they've covered its eyes with a nice little eye blinder thing. I'm gonna put it on the big screen. They covered its eyes, and then they're gonna, damn it, wrong thing. There it is. And then they're gonna put it's clearly, I'm almost certainly out, I would imagine, or at least drugged at this point. And then they're gonna put some shit in its horn, which doesn't hurt it.
Right.
And I guess maybe like my thought would be, Tom, that they've probably tried that sort of thing that you're suggesting, that cutting that thing off, and maybe that changed their quality of life enough where they were
maybe it made them more vulnerable to predators or something.
Whatever. Maybe that horn got infected or whatever, and that was just not good enough. But man, it's like can't we just do like some sort of education structure to talk to people and be like, please don't do this anymore?
Yeah, it doesn't make your dick better.
It doesn't do anything for you.
You can just take a fucking Cialis, dude.
Here's some raw milk.
Right.
Drink this raw milk.
Isn't it crazy that we have really good, effective medicines?
Yeah.
And people are like,
that work.
Right. And people are instead like, yeah, I'd rather fucking snort some fucking rhino horn.
And I keep wondering, I'm like, how did you find out? And I know it doesn't work, but like, how do you think you found out that rhino horn worked? Like, how did that come about? Because what it came about was like years and years and years ago. Like, it was someone probably killed a fucking rhino.
Right.
And then ground it up and was like, man, my dick be super hard now.
Yeah, that's it, man. Or somebody was like, that's phallic. I bet people will buy this from me.
That's hard and comes to a point.
Yeah.
So
it's a dick.
But like, why not every other horn then? Right? Like
I think that there's a market for other horn types for that same reason, though. I do remember there being like, there's some fucking voodoo bullshit like that for like tusks.
See, what I want,
but you gotta have a real bend in there.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, I'd much prefer to have the antler one, because then if it's gonna have a whole bunch of heads,
oh yeah,
and it could do a whole bunch of stuff. Do I need to come 40 times?
That's the tickler.
You come and it's like
a garden sprayer.
Hey, they'll paint the whole wall. I need the whole box of Kleenex.
It's a Jackson Pollock in here.
I need the whole thing.
Get a tarp. Just get a tarp. It'll be
wearing
easier.
like a fucking. You're wearing one of those like fucking things they eat lobster. Those bibs. Sorry, it goes all over.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. 4 injured after a tractor trailer crash spills thousands of hot dogs on I-83 in York County. See, so the first thing I thought of was that meme of that girl with the hot dogs being thrown at her face.
It's like an airbag. There's like a million of them getting crushed. That's a lot of goddamn hot dogs.
That's a
shit
ton of hot dogs. When was the last time you had a hot dog? It's been a while.
On occasion, like Sarah and I might have them at home, like as a quick meal once in a great while.
Yeah.
Like maybe every couple years.
That's how I'm like every
couple years,
4 years, I'll have a hot dog.
Hey, let's have a hot dog. It was easy thing tonight. We'll grab the hot dogs and the buns. I think like throughout the years, my taste in hot dogs has changed to I don't eat the pork ones anymore. I only eat all beef ones.
Yeah.
And I normally gravitate towards a certain brand that I like.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I just eat those. That's normally like what we do. And then afterwards, I'm almost always like that was probably not a good idea.
I feel about hot dogs the same way I feel about Chinese food. I don't want it very often. I have it every few years, and I'm like, I wish I hadn't eaten that.
I forgot. I don't like this. Yeah,
like I'll eat it. I actually kind of I like a Chicago style dog.
Sure.
Like I grew up around here. That's what I like. I like all the fixings on it.
Yeah.
Like don't leave anything off. But the whole garden on the whole thing. I like it.
I don't like that fucking neon green fucking
relish.
That to me is a gross. That grosses me out.
Love it.
Yeah,
love it on a hot dog. Love it on a hot dog. Sport peppers, the whole thing.
Yeah.
I think it's great. Because it's all the things I like, which is like it's salty, it's a little sweet, it's got a little spice to it. Like I'm down for the whole thing. But like after I eat a hot dog, I'm like, oh boy, I ate a hot dog. Like I don't feel good ever.
Yeah.
Like when I order Chinese food, I'm like, I like General Tso's chicken.
Mm-hmm, sure.
And then I'll eat it. And like an hour later, I'm like, well, I wish I hadn't eaten that. Like it's just I'm too stupid to remember. So every 3 or 4 years,
There's
I'm
certain
like,
stuff.
maybe I like a hot dog.
That's not bad. It's a bad call. I hope that never happens to me with pizza.
Oh, I just wouldn't wake up anymore. I literally had pizza yesterday. Yeah. I wouldn't even wait. Why get up in the morning?
I am always amazed at how many of these things they fit inside of a thing. Like whenever like you see this stuff on the side. No, she's not. No, she's not.
No,
she's not. She's like, hot dog. This is a hallway. What are you talking about? No, but like I'm always amazed that they're able to get so much food inside these trucks, because when they explode, they're like a party popper and it goes everywhere. It's like a whole, like, look at the side of this. When you look at the side of this road, there's fucking hot dogs all the way down the side of the road that some asshole had to sweep up onto the side of the road.
What a fucking horrible job in the summer to be sweeping up just putrefying hot dog, road hot dogs.
Why not just hire like 5 raccoons?
Now, the real pisser with this is this hot dog truck crashed. So to balance it out, they had to crash 1 3/4 trucks of buns because the numbers never work out.
It never works out, right?
Never works out.
Yeah, and then you got to get the sprayer with the mustard.
No ketchup.
No ketchup.
No ketchup.
No. Jesus Christ.
Eyewitness News. Houston pastor convicted in $3.6 million fraud case returns to megachurch after prison release.
And everybody's like, dude, welcome back. He's like fucking Norm from Cheers when he comes back.
It's so crazy. The story, they're like, oh, we're so glad to have our pastor back. What does he have to do?
He wire frauded people. And enough to get put in prison for, right? Because often, like wire fraud shit, that's like rich person crime.
Right.
So most of the time you don't go to jail for it.
Right. Yeah. He made full restitution, which means he had over $3.6 million laying around, right? Liquid. So he's just like, yeah, I'll just fucking pay it back. You can throw me in the clink for like a minute. I'll come out, and then the rest of these gullible dipshits will fucking embrace me.
And then I'm gonna make more money. I'm gonna come back and they'll be like, sure, you're back on the payroll.
What kind of like moral leader do you look to if this guy is like your guy? Right? You're like, oh, who's our big moral community leader? Oh, this guy's he's a convicted felon though. Yeah. He can be president or pastor. We're good either way.
I always think like I'm willing to forgive people if they do that, or at least I can't forgive anybody for a crime that they didn't commit against me. But what I'm saying is like, I'm willing to say, okay, there was a debt. You did a thing. Now you're done. And we've all decided as a country that we've hired a person who will look at you and say, you got to do these things because this is your life penance for doing it, right? You robbed a bank. Now you got to spend 10 years in jail, et cetera, or whatever. Right. And at the end of that, that should be it, right? Like that's the contract.
You paid your debt.
You paid your debt or whatever. But at a certain point, you got to be like, okay, but like he's in there for stealing money. And then he got released from stealing money. And you're going to be like, that's cool. You want to sit in this room with a bunch of money?
I know.
I get it. Like, we should be like, hey, you did your thing. But at a certain point, you got to be like, yeah, but that stuff that you did, we're not going to put you in front of that anymore.
I do feel like there's a special category that people ask to be put in, which is a category of like people who are in positions of power and authority.
Sure.
And I feel like if you abuse your power and authority, you don't get you do your penance, and that's fine, but you don't get a do-over as a new leader in power and authority.
Sure.
Like if I'm a cop and I go out and I beat the shit out of a bunch of people and I go to jail for it, I should not be able to go be a cop again, right? Because I abused my position of power and authority. I did my time, cool, but you can't be a cop anymore, right? I feel like there's a special category of people who have to work really hard to raise their hand and say, let me have this power, this authority, this position of trust in society. That's not your average guy. So most people aren't that. But you don't get to do those pieces. You don't get to work in those fields anymore.
Sure.
I do think we should like set up like a trusted officials category. And if you fuck that up, you can't be a trusted official anymore because we don't trust you.
God, how many people in the Trump cabinet would have to go to the
All of them. That's why it's a good idea.
Do you think Matt Gaetz is kicking himself in the ass for stepping down?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you think he's kicked? Because he could have easily just skated right past everything.
Yeah, he could have just been like, I'm just going to double in.
It doesn't matter. Whatever you find doesn't. And they wouldn't have found anything. They would have just been like, yeah, there's nothing.
They're going to purposely not find it.
They'd purposely not find it.
They're not looking. You don't find what you don't look for.
I wonder if he runs next time.
Oh, God.
Okay,
I love this.
I got to put this on.
I love this. It's from the AP. Who's the top dog? Why wave riding canines compete in the World Dog Surfing Championships?
Okay, so if you're not watching this, I'm gonna go through each one of these. So the first one is Coconut. This is Coconut the dog on a surfboard surfing. There's a small dog, looks like maybe a French bulldog. Yeah, a pit bull. This is a Faith, the surfing pit bull, is on this one in an adorable lime green board with a lime green
life jacket.
Looks super cute. This dog totally wiped out. This one is Carson, the surf dog. He jumps off of his wave after catching a wave. And then there is, let's see, those are the person's names. Isa, the surf dog, is on this one. And then my favorite is Charlie. And yeah, I got to go back to Robert Duvall in Apocalypse Now and tell him that Charlie does surf. So Charlie does actually surf. But here's Charlie. Charlie's adorable.
Oh my God.
On this thing. And then there's one more. This is Isa again. Isa
and Coconut.
And Coconut on the same board.
Oh.
How many people out there have a problem getting their dog to stop barking or going outside or something? It's like I just want my dog to stop barking or begging for food, and these people are like, yeah, my dog surfs.
That's the thing. It's like a dog is capable of just such an incredible amount of stuff.
Yeah.
And like having been a dog owner, I'm like, I would like my dog not to jump on the actual table. Like, I want my dog to not eat the food that is on my actual dinner table. Unsuccessful.
I want my dog to not leap at people as they come in my house and just sit and just be quiet for a second.
And then there's other people who are like, yeah, my dog does math. You know, like my dog is actually like a grand champion in chess. And you're like, what the fuck did we get? Are we having the same experience with animals?
Could you imagine the amount of training you have to do? And a couple of these people said, yeah, I just put them on the surfboard like a couple times and they're like totally into it. And I'm like, I couldn't imagine the intense amount of work you have to do to go through this. And I'm like, these are people whose dog is that's their job.
Yeah,
it can't be anything else. It can't be. This has got to be like an Instagram dog influencer, or something. That dog that they just put him on the fucking surfboard and he surfs. That dog already does all the stuff, right? That dog already like walks off leash right next to you. Yeah.
And even when a bunny is there, doesn't chase it. Like that dog is already better than your dog, right? Like whoever you are, you don't have that dog. That's the dog growing up I always thought and dreamed I would have. Like the dog that could like ride in the car next to you in the passenger seat and like you could just be like, hey, buddy.
Or you could get in one of those motorcycles and it have a sidecar and it can wear the goggles.
Little goggles.
That's what I've always wanted with a dog like that.
And every dog I've had has been fucking feral. Like absolutely feral. Exaggerating a little.
But close.
Not far off.
Like if you put it in a lineup with 9 feral dogs, people might not pick your dog. They might
out of 9.
They might be like, well, I don't know, man. They all seem a little feral.
Yeah. Like I've had dogs
that Ferrell. Those dogs.
I've had dogs that I could walk, but like on a leash and they'd be okay unless they saw something awesome.
I remember you had for a single night a bulldog. Was it a good dog?
No. That's why I didn't keep it.
I know it breathed and snored and farted and whatever and wasn't like
it was terrible.
But did it like walk on a leash or any of that stuff?
No, I went to take it for a walk, and this particular dog, like it I was concerned for his health before we made it around the block.
Oh wow.
So he was like breathing like real hard and snorky and like heavy and crazy, making all these distressing sounds. And I was like, I don't think this dog can make it around this block. So I turned around and like brought the dog back. But the dog also like it hadn't been castrated. So it was constantly trying to hump me and constantly trying to hump everything.
Oh, yes.
Because it was just like, let's fuck. And I was like, dude,
bro,
you need to fucking buy me dinner. This is a lot. Rub my back or something.
Can we talk?
Jesus.
Let's watch. Let's watch Marriage Story
a little,
together.
You know?
let's watch these people yell at each other for a little while.
That'll do it. That'll set the tone.
That'll get you in the mood to hump.
Oh my God.
Tom, I wanted to talk about this because I was here.
Oh, okay. Let me just read the headline.
Yeah.
AP. In a miniature world, climate change and environmental issues loom large.
So this place is in Frankfurt. And I just visited Europe and I was in Frankfurt for a day. And we decided to go to this place. It's called Miniature Wunderland.
I love it.
And inside, like, I don't know if you knew anybody who had like train sets and shit when you were a kid.
Yeah, my stepdad did.
And how
like
intricate, how intricate like a little area could be. Imagine if you took like the entire floor of a Walmart and then put it on top of another Walmart and then on top of another Walmart. So there's like 4 stories of this. And it's an elaborate train set.
Whoa.
It was intense and crazy and so amazing. Like it's something like you can nerd out about for a little bit. So it's kind of fun to just walk around and like see the attention to detail that they put into it. But then you get to a place, like Sarah and I were walking by this one place and they have a giant entire room full of screens on the walls where they're there's cameras inside the train.
What?
So they know what's happening at any moment all around this entire thing. And there's people who are watching to make sure that something hasn't happened, that everything is functioning properly. At a certain point, you're in the floor. And it's this huge fucking gigantic train set where people are walking in between, essentially. And it'll just, the lights start to go dim. And it's in a nighttime cycle now.
What?
And so everything comes up and like the LEDs all over.
What?
It was amazing. It was genuinely an outstanding thing to see. And it was so fucking crowded. It was unbelievably crowded because it was 100 degrees that day, Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius, in Frankfurt. So it was like really hot day. And we just happened to hit it right as the heat wave hit. And so we went to we saw this amazing exhibit earlier in the day on surrealism, and then we went to this place, and this place was like packed because it's a nice, cool place.
Oh yeah,
and there's 1 million people in there, and so it was like they had to let you in waves. So like you have a ticket, and it's like, yeah, you can go in with the 25s, and then you sit and you wait in this area.
Wow,
where they give you free soda, and then you wait, and then you just go into this place for. They have a fucking fountain thing.
That's cool.
That doesn't have like spit and a bunch of cups all over. It's crazy. But in any case, you can drink as much soda as you want, and then you walk through this entire thing. And it's just amazing. Like this story came up, and it's about how they're using climate change in their thing. They're showing like clear-cut forests at certain parts, and they're showing like the way climate change is affecting certain places in this miniature wonderland. They're using it as a reflection. But like I saw this, I was like, fucking how cool is that?
Because you were just there.
I was just there. And one of my favorite pieces is this Monaco set. And on the Monaco set, they have everything else is in color, but this entire set is painted in black and white. And it's the picture of Grace Kelly marrying the Prince of Monaco, which is like a famous photo. And it's happening right outside of this church in Monaco. So they've decided to color all that in black and white. It looks cool as shit. Like it's amazing. Like I was fucking blown away by this place. My wife wasn't as interested, but I was fucking blown away by this place. I was like, this place is dope. I would go back again. I would go walk around through there again.
That sounds awesome.
It was so cool. Like, and it's such a cool thing to nerd out about. People like, there's a whole team of people who every day just are like fucking making little figurines and when you
expanding
go to,
this
dude, when
thing.
you go to the fucking stadium, they have a stadium there. Like they have 2 or 3 different stadiums that are inside of there. And they will, like every single person is different in there. And
That's fucking
full
crazy.
Of people. Like the whole thing it's insane, dude. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
It's really neat though. It's actually
Now
really
I want to
cool.
go there.
You got to go to Frankfurt.
Go to Frankfurt.
Frankfurt's a pretty solid place,
All
actually.
right, let's
I kind
go.
of enjoyed it. But like
Field trip.
it was so neat. And I saw this and I'm like, if you look through the pictures on here too, like if you get a chance, look through some of the pictures on here and you can see how extensive
they were
it is.
incredible.
You can see how extensive it is. It's enormous. And like little things will happen. And unlike here, when you press a button, stuff actually happens there. So you walk up and you press a button and like a little guy will come out and like chop a tree down or something. Like that. It's actually really neat. It's actually pretty dope, but it was super intricate.
The attention to detail is fucking unbelievable.
It's super intricate. The stuff that they do at this place is just insane. It's a really neat place. It's really cool. I wonder if anybody else has been there. But I was like, it's one of those things like when I looked on TripAdvisor, I do this on occasion when I go to a place.
Yeah.
I'll look on TripAdvisor to see like what the top 10 things are that people do here. And this was #1 for Frankfurt.
Really?
This was why we went.
So you were like, yeah, fuck
We're
yeah,
like,
let's
of course, people. And it's like got 1 million ratings that were just like, this place is balling, bro.
Sarah didn't love it.
She was like, she liked it, but it was just so fucking crowded. You couldn't get up to
horrible.
anything.
Yeah,
right? So you're like, it's so hot outside. It's 100 degrees outside.
Right.
You walk inside and you're like, oh, it's cool in here. But there's 1 million people and everybody, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if you experience this, but like when I go to look at something like at a viewing of a art exhibit or something like this or whatever, I'll walk up, I'll look at it for a minute, and I'll be like, oh, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. And then I'll just move on. And I'm not there for more than 40 seconds in one spot.
Yeah,
I'm like,
sure, right.
you know, like there's other people
Very
around
few
here.
things are going to hold my attention for 5 minutes.
I can't imagine just standing there in the same spot, staring at the same thing for, an extended period of time.
Right.
And this is what was happening there. Was just
Oh, God, it would
million
make me
people would just
crazy.
stand there and just be like, and you're like, dude, what are you looking at?
Oh my
like,
God.
I already looked at it. Like, let's move to the next piece. But there's people who just study the entire thing, and it just gets annoying after a while.
It
So
would
it was
make
a
me
little,
nuts, yeah.
it was a little annoying,
Right.
but it was super fun. All right, that's going to be it for our funny show this week. We're going to be back on Monday with another hellish show. We're going to leave you like we always do with the Skeptic's Creed.
Credulity is not a virtue. It's fortune cookie cutter, mommy issue, hypno-Babylon bullshit. Couched in scientician, double bubble, toil and trouble, pseudo quasi-alternative, acupunctuating, pressurized, stereogram, pyramidal, free energy healing, watered downward spiral, brain deadpan sales pitch, late night info docutainment. Leo, Pisces, cancer cures, detox, reflex, foot massage, death and towers, tarot cards, psychic healing, crystal balls, Bigfoot, Yeti, aliens, churches, mosques and synagogues, temples, dragons, giant worms, Atlantis, dolphins, truthers, birthers, witches, wizards, vaccine nuts, shaman healers, evangelists, conspiracy, doublespeak, stigmata, nonsense. Expose your sides. Thrust your hands, bloody, evidential, conclusive. Doubt even this.
Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed the show, consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/dissonancepod. Help us spread the word by sharing our content. Find us on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and Threads, all under the handle @dissonancepod. This show is CAN credentialed, which means you can report instances of harassment, abuse, or other harm on their hotline at 617-249-4255 or on their website at creatoraccountabilitynetwork.org.